Look.
Listen.
Taylor.
Hello, everybody. It's episode 139 of the podcast, Look, Listen, Cast. Today, we're going to discuss episode 85 of Horizons, the Pokemon anime with Liko, Dot, and Roy, everybody's favorite. Hello, Geese Peep.
Hey, guys.
Is it still Rayquaza Rising?
For right now, I mean, big spoilers. I'll tell you right now, this is the most we're ending the season episode I've ever seen in my entire life. Buckle up, everybody. The season's almost over. We're at the end. Hang on to your butts, like they say in Jurassic Park, Taylor.
I feel like they have a good 4 or 5 episodes left.
I can tell you exactly how many episodes they have left because in Poke News of the Week, we learned that they've already announced the next season, its premiere date, and everything about it. So that's cool. Geese Peep, it seems like you haven't been here in forever. Hello and welcome to this podcast about Pokemon and other things. So if you don't like Pokemon, just listen to the first half. We talk about Pokemon, what, Taylor, 5% of the time, maybe?
More than that. Almost 10, probably.
Of the beginning?
First of all, it has been a while, and I want to say happy belated birthday to Shiny Sylveon. Thank you so much.
Overcome by excitement.
Guys, look, I have no idea when we last recorded, but I got sick and I have a cough and I'm sorry.
Well, you can talk all about it on our first segment of the week. What you been peeping on, Geese? Taylor, take it away.
Flocking with geese. Flock away, geese.
What you been peeping? Well, it's actually very good. Why are we complicating it? It's what
peeping
you peeping
in on
geese. What you been peeping, right? Correct?
What's geesing with you?
Yes.
What's geesing with you? Peeping in on geese. What's geesing with you? Peeping?
Yeah.
Just start talking, Geese Peep, please. Golly. Come on.
Look, listen.
Cast.
Okay. So I think the last time I recorded with both of you was the 4th of March.
How would anybody be able to keep track?
I have it in my calendar.
Got him.
I'm trying to remember because I went to the swamp and I don't remember if I talked about it or not.
Here's the problem with you going to the swamp and talking about it. You're always going to the swamp and you're always talking about it. So just...
Well, this is the swamp, capital S, the swamp.
The Florida Everglades?
No, it's called Corkscrew Swamp Sanctuary. It's an Audubon bird center.
An
Wow.
Autobahn?
Schlitterbahn.
Like an open road?
Like in Germany, you can go 1,000 miles an hour. They don't even
as
care.
fast as you want.
Yeah, it's crazy, guys. Anyway, I went to the swamp and then it was a good swamp day. Sometimes it's not good, but I saw night herons and snakes and raccoons, all the stars. Anyway, I get back.
When you said all the stars, I was thinking of a bunch of celebrity animals.
Coco the gorilla. Moodang the hippo.
Muskrat the raccoon.
I get home, I take a fat nap, as one does after a long day at the swamp. And then I'm like, I'm not feeling so good, guys.
You got swamp fever?
She got Hantavirus Swamp Edition.
Swamp foot?
Sick!
Ew. My throat was getting sore, and then I was like, oh wow, I'm really not feeling well. So I went to bed at like 7. And yeah, sure enough, I got the sickness that my father had, like I always do. And
Manifest
I've been coughing.
destiny?
Yeah, and I've been coughing ever since.
First of all, Manifest Destiny comes up way too often on this podcast. This is about the 7th time it's come up.
It just keeps happening. People keep going west. I don't know why.
And second of all, Geeseby, before you continue, I did learn recently, and I shared it with the group. Turns out, guys, when you have O-type blood like me, you never get sick. But when you have Geeseby blood, you always get sick. Anyway, please continue.
First of all, Michael,
we can't have that many first of all, so you can do a second of all, maybe.
I'll do what I want. First of all.
Wow. That's a swamp foot talking. That's not real geese.
Taylor's got a concussion. Geese got swamp foot, and I'm healthy as a horse.
Michael, you have the most common blood type. Do you know that?
First of all, you said it was the rarest, and I said no.
I
it's
got
not the sick one.
confused.
Because there's O positive, there's O negative. Anyway, continue, please.
You have O positive, which is the most common blood type.
I feel like that's a win.
Everybody wins.
Because can't you just get blood from anywhere?
No.
Any O, I think. No?
You can...
Oh, no, I think I'm Goofball Deluxe. I can only get it from other O positives.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or something.
But you're still the most common.
Sure, why not?
So then you're good.
You're
Yeah,
the
okay,
universal donor.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, I can't give it to everybody. O negative can be. Guys, this is so boring. Continue, Geese, please. What were you talking about? A swamp or Cam or something?
So anyway, I got sick, and then my sisters came down to Florida, and that was a bunch of fun. And my nephew was here as well. And it was funny because, first of all, I love my nephew. He's so cute.
Ooh, with a preface like that, I can't wait to hear the story.
No, I was just pausing because I had a cough. But Cameron is adorable. It's really funny because we eat the exact same foods and the exact same portions. So whenever we had lunch or breakfast, I would just make both of our food. And then because he naps like 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., I would also nap then. And I got so used to napping for a big chunk of time that now that I'm back at work, I'm having a real hard time.
Yeah, I can relate. Thanks a lot, daylight savings. I'm waking up later than ever before. Can never fall asleep at night. Way to go, everybody. You've all heard it before.
Do you call your nephew a Gosling?
No.
Could
Oh
you
my
call
gosh.
him Gosling Peep?
No, but sad news. So I got my sister a
No.
wooden.
Sorry, go ahead.
I got my sister a wooden goose statue that has a magnet on a beak, so you can put like your keys. And they had it on their kitchen table. And every morning when Cam had breakfast, he would hug the goose and give it a kiss.
Oh, tragic.
Well, one morning he got a little too excited and threw the goose, and it shattered and broke. So I need to get him a new goose.
Wow.
He broke a wooden statue?
Yeah, I don't know how. It was so cute. In the condo, we have a bunch of like sliding glass doors. They're mirrored, right? So they're mirrors and they're doors. And he would walk up to the doors and give himself kisses. Ugh, so cute.
Yeah.
Also, the child loves the water. He yearns for the sea.
And you're really not going to call him Gosling Peep?
Gosling Goose?
No. He calls me Mimo because he can't say my name.
Nemo.
Nemo?
Mimo.
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 Well, other than the debilitating illness, sounds like a very fun time in Florida. Everybody having a wonderful time. Geese Peep, are we prepared to move on to Lookin, Play, and Watch and Eat and Goofin of the week?
Yeah. Also, happy St. Patrick's Day.
It was yesterday.
Top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning.
Is that today?
That was
You
yesterday.
just said it.
Yesterday.
And Taylor, you missed out because they gave away free leprechaun lemonade at Raising Cane's. So if you didn't drink it yesterday, you're out of luck. Sorry.
I was too busy getting concussions.
Well, I watched The Terminal as I've been preluding to. That's not the correct word. As I've been talking about for the past few weeks. I watched this movie, and my thought, Taylor, I'm sure you can relate to this. I watch this movie, and I say, this whole time I've been saying to myself, yes, I'm going to rewatch the movie The Terminal. I get halfway through this movie, and then I start saying to myself, is this the first time I've ever seen this movie?
Yep, that has happened to me so many times.
I could have sworn I've seen the movie The Terminal. I could have sworn I watched it on a DVD. I don't remember most of that movie. The vast majority of it, nothing in my brain is telling me that I've seen this movie. So, have I seen it in the past? There's no way to know.
Was it as good as you think you remember?
I never really thought too much of it. I thought it was an enjoyable movie, but it's just these clips of Stanley Tucci I kept seeing on the social media that was making me want to watch it. And he was still incredible, still wonderful. It was a goofy little movie. I mean, Steven Spielberg, it's not bad. It's just a little goofy movie. Not right now. We don't have the time. This is a podcast about Pokemon and other things. It is so strange to me that if you look at Rotten Tomatoes scores or any critic scores of the film Hook with Robin Williams, it's like 30% on Rotten Tomatoes, which to me and most other people my age think, what are you talking about? That Hook was great. Hook was such a wonderful movie. How could anybody dislike it? But I'll have to rewatch that one later and decide if it's real good or...
Was Hook Spielberg?
Spielberg.
Okay.
I rewatched Hook a few weeks ago because I just kept seeing clips of it in YouTube. And as soon as you look up a clip, YouTube's like, oh, hey, guess what? You're watching this whole movie. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to watch the whole movie. So I watch it, and it's amazing. And it's this sense of recapturing youth, and I can't imagine another actor playing Peter Pan than Robin Williams. I really can't think of anybody else who could capture the inner child, exterior adult as well as he could. And I don't know. I can't really understand why it was received so poorly. Although the same thing happened with Revenge of the Sith. Everybody hated that movie, and now they love it.
At the time, I remember people saying it was the best of the prequel.
I've never seen Hook.
It's great. You should watch it. It's wonderful. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. It's a good movie. I'm going to watch it again. Also, am I watching, playing, eating this week? I went on to PlayStation Plus, looking at my free games, looking at all the deals, discounts. I see Sonic Colors Ultimate, and I say to myself, I remember Sonic Colors getting good reviews when it came out. I've never played it. Let me give it a try. Guys, I deleted this game within 4 minutes. I don't know what I was expecting. I know in the early 2000s, I had fun with Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I never had a Dreamcast. It's just the same. Maybe it gets way, way, way better, but it's just running real fast, and there's the rings, and
they don't innovate as much as they need to if you compare it to other platformers like Mario and Metroid. If you compare even Super Metroid to the newest installment, what was it wasn't Other M. It's,
Metroid Dread? Is that what you're talking about? The 2D
Metroid Dread. Those are incredibly different games. If you compare the newer 2D Sonics to the older 2D Sonics, you're like, that's higher resolution.
Well, Sonic Colors is not a 2D Sonic. I mean, maybe there's some 2D segments.
I liked Sonic Heroes.
Sonic Mania is a 2D Sonic, and that's good. Sonic Colors is a 3D Sonic. But, I mean, it's limited. I mean, you're running down. It's barely 3D. I'm done talking about Sonic Colors. I only played it for 4 minutes. Because Geese People wanted us to discuss it again. Split Fiction. Taylor and I are still playing with it. Taylor, would you agree with me that since the last time we discussed it last week, we've had lots of cool, more gameplay segments? Because when we last discussed it, we hadn't even done Monkey Land. But now we've done Monkey Land and Halo Starship Troopers.
Yeah, Subnautica level.
Gameplay getting better, story getting worse, is what I have to say.
Exactly what I would say. Perfect. I can't believe that I keep hearing the lines that they wrote and hearing the deliveries of the lines that they wrote coming out of the characters that they wrote. And I think, okay, this is a game all about creativity, all about writers. You're going to have to play maybe I'm missing the irony or something, because it's rough. It's very rough listening to it.
You could skip the cutscenes and have a wonderful time. That's what I suggest for Split Fiction. Available now. Also, I got a lot to get through. Taylor, I don't think I made it clear enough last time how much I had to go through just for us to start playing Split Fiction.
With everybody's favorite customer support engineer.
Exactly. That morning was so horrible because I didn't have any internet, didn't have internet the night before. So I spent all this time trying to reset everything to try to get internet on the phone with people. They're saying, oh, we'll call you back because nobody here can actually help you. And then just trying so desperately to log into an EA account because you cannot play Split Fiction without an EA account. And for some reason, if you launch an EA game on your PlayStation, there's no way to decouple your PSN name with whatever EA account you had, I guess, 15 to 20 years ago. There's zero way to remove it to an email that does not exist and has not existed since 2004, something like that. It was so frustrating. And they don't have any phone lines. You just have to chat for so long. And Taylor, it was so sketchy. They kept asking me so many questions. They wanted my address and last four of my social security and all of this information, phone number. And I just said, and they needed my IP address. And I had to click a special website to give them all these different IP addresses. And I just said, this feels so sketchy. I just want to play the video game I spent $50 on. Why is this so difficult?
Oh, so weird.
And then eventually they let me in. And okay, whatever.
I wonder if any of them have experience with the games that they're that are on the platform, or that are made by the company they work for, because I'm just sitting thinking about customer service specialist telling you, oh no, go to this website to give me your IP address and your social security. And the whole time he's just picturing Zoe or Zio going, I'm a writer. And he knows how bad the story is.
Yeah, I'm not trying to... It was such a third degree. It's like I'm a felon trying to steal millions of dollars in FIFA bucks or something. I don't know. It was odd. I just wanted to play the game by the It Takes Two man. That's all. Also, I rented from GameStop Let's Go Pikachu because, guys, I got to get my shiny Meltan. I don't really need a shiny Meltan, but now...
Wait, do you need that game? I have that game.
Well, no, I'm going to return it to GameStop.
Well, do you want my copy?
If you have a physical copy, yeah, I'll take yours. That's fine.
I do have a physical copy.
Yeah, I need a physical copy.
Can you remind me next time?
Yeah, make sure to bring it, please. Thank you. Thank you so much. That solves the problem. But I blitzed through that game in Japanese just to catch a few exclusive Pokemon because it won't let you import from Go and then catch in Let's Go and then count towards your home Pokedex. Again, I don't need a shiny Meltan. I have plenty. But now that I've been getting all these shiny mythicals by crowning my home dexes, all of my games have a crown next to it except for Let's Go Pikachu Eevee. So I said, well, fine. Let me just go ahead and get all the Pokemon and Let's Go Pikachu Eevee. And I needed a couple from Pikachu, so I rented it from GameStop. And now I'll just get a free one from Geese Peep. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, guys. Finally, watching playing. I played Clock Tower Rewind, again, for 4 minutes. The Sonic Color Special. Clock Tower is such a horror series baked in my mind as something so magical and amazing that I've never played. One of the horror greats, and this game never came out in English, never came out in the United States. It was only on Super Famicom in Japanese, and it was re-released, thank goodness, with all the bells and whistles and quality of life improvements, and you can rewind and everything. It's still like a point-and-click adventure where you can't even walk. You tap L1 to move to the left and press triangle to stop moving, and just talk to people and click on things and try not to die. So I'll play some more of that. I'm sure I'll have a wonderful time. I mean, just for the, what do you call it? The history of horror games. It's very important, guys.
Yeah, 4 minutes at a time.
Okay, I've been talking way too long. Eaten of the week. Ate filet of fish, and I said, oh, can I get some lemons? To which McDonald's lady said, lemons? And I said, yes, lemons. Lemons are good on fish. And
lemons are great on fish.
I'm aware. And then I sit and I'm eating the filet fish, pouring my lemon juice on it. And then I think to myself, why was I treated incredulously about lemon? And I said to myself, as a matter of fact, I don't know anything about food or ingredients, but I could bet $1 million that lemon or lemon juice is one of the top ingredients of tartar sauce. Guys, I Googled tartar sauce. It's like number 3 is lemon juice in the ingredients list. So it is, yes.
Isn't tartar sauce made from the byproduct of winemaking?
I don't know, but I know it's got a bunch of lemon sauce in it, lemon juice. And that concludes my watching, playing, eating of the week. Geese Peep, take it away.
I was just going to say that my church would have fish Fridays during Lent, where we would, you get fried fish because during Lent you don't eat meat on Fridays.
I remember that.
Here's the thing. Did I hate going to them because I had to interact with church people and talk to a bunch of people? Yes. But was the fish amazing? Yes.
Oh, it was actually good?
It was so good.
Oh, we just got a bunch of fish sticks.
Oh.
Yep.
No, we had there was a parishioner that would go fishing a couple days before. It would freeze everything and then fry it himself. Oh, so
Lucky
good.
you. I just had, like I said, fish sticks. Probably what Jesus ate.
Yeah. Guys, Severance, thoughts and feelings?
Haven't started season 2 yet.
Taylor.
I keep forgetting to get Michael's login so I can watch Severance. Everybody keeps reminding me, and I somehow keep forgetting.
Michael tried 8,000 ways to give me his his Apple information for me to watch Severance, and I was amazed, honestly, that it was so difficult, and we never figured it out.
Well, Taylor's heard this story. It ended up locking out her iPad for 8 months But as long as for all these login guys, as long as you're doing it on a TV, it's typically easy. It just says, here, give me this code, and then you're good. You're golden, you log in. It's only because you're trying to use laptops and non-Apple devices that it's weird and difficult. First of all, Severance is worth paying money for. It's the best show on television. So it's incredible, wonderful. The season finale is on Thursday, and I'm losing my mind with excitement. My only criticism, I don't want to spoil anything, is I feel like not a lot has happened this season. It's kind of similar to Squid Game season 2, actually. It just feels like it's a lot of build-up, and we're just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. But I have very high hopes for the season finale. But yes, it's wonderful. Please watch Severance. Goodness gracious.
Guncan said it was one of her favorite shows of all time.
It is. It's not just her favorite show of all the time. It is one of the best shows of all time. Why don't you use Guncan's login?
She doesn't have it. She's talking about season 1. It'd be funny if she had watched it and I had.
I've also continued to play Puck, which is the hockey game. And we're getting to the point where the people that play Puck are actually starting to be good at the game. And the whole point of the game is that you're bad at the game. So I'm having a hard time.
Can you give more information? Because I'm somebody who knows so much about video games. I listen to so many hours about video games every week. I've never heard of Puck.
It's like so you're a hockey player and you're controlling a hockey player and you're playing hockey. It's low poly. It's
something isn't adding up, Geese.
This sounds like a PC game if I've ever heard.
It is a PC game. It's kind of like co-op and it's kind of like hard to control, but it's a lot of fun.
How many EA accounts do you need?
8.
I knew it.
I think it's free. Also, eating.
I did eating. Oh boy, did I do eating.
Eating some Italian food when my sisters were here.
How's your stomach doing, Geese?
Actually, here's the thing, guys. I had Culver's the other night, and I haven't been able to eat a butter burger for years because of my stomach, but I was like, you know what? It's been a long time. I'm going to test the waters. So I got a single patty butter burger. And
butter burger?
It's an incredible burger, Taylor. Go to Culver's. It's great. It's a wonderful establishment.
And I ordered a malt milkshake with bananas and Heath bar crumbles in it.
Oh, shouts out to Keith Squared.
I was okay. My stomach was fine. And in fact, it helped me poop. I had been constipated for 4 days. So
there you go. Butter burger. Yeah.
Go to Northeast Houston for Culver's.
Quick question.
Atascocita. You can get it.
What are the are you one of those people that can really taste the difference between a shake and a malt?
Yeah. Because malt's a flavor?
Malted milk balls?
I love malt.
I can't taste malt at all. I don't know the difference between a chocolate shake and a chocolate malt.
Frosty chocolate milkshakes.
You're crazy.
I mean, it's
crazy girl. Must be all those concussions.
I call myself crazy, but yeah, it could be my concussions. But I just can't taste it, and I've ordered so many malts, and I'm always like, I just don't get it.
I love a malt.
Now moving on to Taylor's watching, playing, eating of the week.
Congratulations on your bowel movement.
Thank you so much.
I noticed that Netflix finally has Sicario on. Now, that's one of those movies that when it's on, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to watch the whole thing, just like Old Country for Old Men.
Old Country for Young Men.
Old Country for Older Men. So I can't get enough of this movie. I watch the border scene. I watch the ending scene. I'm sure you know which scenes I'm talking about.
No, never seen it. Go ahead.
It is so good. It's just so good. And whenever I was making Guncan watch this with me, because she enjoyed Dune, and it's the same director.
Yeah, I was going to say that was my next question.
Yep. Denis Villeneuve.
I was about to say Denis Villeneuve.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Stole my thunder.
Denny, the new villain, is so good at directing, and the pacing of these scenes is just incredible. And everybody just go watch it. If you can watch it on an OLED in the middle of the night, do that. Because there is a scene that when you're watching it on an OLED in the middle of the night is just going to make you have some kind of reaction.
And you should watch it on an OLED in a cruise ship in the middle of the ocean when it's cloudy out, so the skies are Vanta black.
That's with Emily Blunt, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And Benicio del Toro. Josh Brolin, also in No Country for Old Men.
Wow, that is a young country for 6 men.
Mm-hmm.
Taylor, I realized you didn't even talk about Monster Hunter Wilds last week, even though it was big Monster Hunter Wilds week.
I was a week late to the game because we were in Montana whenever it came out. But I got back, played a lot of it multiplayer. I toyed around with some of the weapons, and I started playing Insect Glaive, and I said they just added too much to it. It feels like a new weapon. I'm fine. I'm just going to keep playing Insect Glaive. So I'm playing Insect Glaive.
It's a complicated weapon?
It's not, I mean, the loop is fine. I like the malleability of it. So the gameplay is really satisfying.
But in Monster Hunter Wilds, don't you get 2 weapons unlike the other games?
You can switch between 2 weapons, yeah.
What was your second weapon, Taylor?
Just more Insect Glaive. I was going to do Charge Blade, but I didn't feel the need to. I'm all the way through high rank. Or the games are always divided into 2 things. The low rank portion, the high rank portion, and when you finish the last story-related mission, then you move into the end game, which is the real meat of it. The story in this game.
The real Monster Hunter begins.
Exactly. That's when you're grinding just tempered, high-ranked end-game enemies. Everybody's carting. Queue times are crazy for group fights.
Well, the queue times.
7-star Terror Raid, shiny hunts.
I have been doing a lot of 7-star monster fights.
I love watching people play Monster Hunter. I don't know what about it I just love it.
One of the good things about those series that don't really change too much is they cue in on the little things that make them good, and they just hone those down. So a lot of it is the sound design. Most of the attacks feel very good to land. They look very good. The gameplay isn't so cluttered that it's inaccessible. You can tell when something meaty hits. It's a very, very good series.
So you're in the high rank in game 7-star battles,
and they already announced a content map. So there's a new update coming in. I don't know, like 2 or 3 weeks. I think I'm going to be in Arizona when it drops, but that's fine. This darn story. Oh my God, I don't know what it is with games I've been playing lately where I hear the story and I just think, is this what you want to do? Like, is this what... There's a character who, for some reason, is the focal point of this story. It's like a 12 or 13-year-old character. And I don't know if any of you have ever met a 12 or 13-year-old, but they're insufferable. I was insufferable as a 12 or 13-year-old.
He certainly was.
That's fine. 12 or 13-year-olds probably aren't spending $70 to get a launch title. I'm sitting there listening to this character thinking, why does this character have so many words in this story? This is a traditionally very minimalist story. Why is this character relating to a monster, talking about it just wanting to be free? What is this?
This character's name is Liko, right?
So very close. I actually prefer Liko to Nata. It's not a good character.
Got him.
Yep.
Do you prefer, because this game has less exploration than previous games, Taylor, correct? Do you prefer that? Do you not like that?
So I've actually only played World. I thought I was having one of those moments where I was playing Wilds and I was like, oh, these textures don't look great. I'm actually playing it at 40 frames per second, not 60, so I can get a little bit higher resolution. And it still feels fine. I watched some Worlds gameplay, and Worlds looks better than Wilds. So I assume Wilds just has a lot more going on. The areas are very big. I wouldn't have an issue with longer loading screens if it made the game look better, but I guess a lot of people just want that kind of seamless feeling exploration. These maps are enormous. And like the forest is so good. The weather effects are so good. If you're playing Monster Hunter Wilds and you get to the flooded forest segment during a rainstorm where you can tell it's not just a filter, the front of the screen, it's actual like interacting with it's actually interacting with the 3-dimensional world. It's just incredible. It's very, very cool. But yeah, I recommend it. I mean, if you're a Monster Hunter fan, I guarantee you've already bought it.
Why did you call it a launch title?
Did I call it a launch title?
Yeah, and that confused me ever since, and I've been just so...
He has a concussion.
Yeah, it's true.
I do actually think I may have gotten a
Yeah.
concussion. I've
It's
been
not-
very
Go
out
to the
of...
doctor.
Maybe he's predicting it's going to come out on Switch 2 as a launch title. Taylor,
maybe.
do you have something to say about hummus this week?
I just ate so much darn hummus and falafel.
I love hummus and falafel.
I had
There-
some hummus and falafel yesterday at Costco. It was very good.
I've been doing a lot of slow cooker stuff, so I made some
Slow cooker?
some slow
Slow
cooker, some slow cooker beef, and I mix it with hummus. So
me,
Taylor.
Aurora. I will sing for you about my slack cooker. It's probably time to move on to Poké News of the Week.
Poké News of the Week.
Did Taylor say
Guys,
anything in that Poké News of the Week?
I don't think so.
I muted myself instead of unmuting myself.
I think I made a new revolutionary drink where I put a cough drop in it so that it gets the cough drop essence.
That's so
Never
gross.
said-
Essence of cough drop.
That seems illegal. Guys, Sarah B., our boy, he reports that the next Pokemon Go Max Battle Day on April 19th focuses on Gigantamax Snorlax. I, for one, am excited because I've never done a Gigantamax raid, and I had no interest in these Dynamax goofballs with the legendary beasts because I tried one day of the darn birds, and it was such a horrible experience. When I go down to Little Tokyo with the Royal Raiders, normally we all jump in the raids and it's 20 full raid. We beat these raids in seconds. When it's Dynamax Day, it's limited to 4 and we're trying to pick and choose and make sure we're all in our little groups. And it's always it's sending somebody else into a different group and we're all there and we're literally just hurting each other by being in a group. And everybody's yelling and saying, don't leave, guys. And then you're having a fight underpowered and it's terrible. But Gigantamax, you can have 40 people, I believe. Is that right? Correct, Taylor?
I think so. It's either 20 or 40.
So I am excited at least to try Gigantamax. That should be better. That runs from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. local time, April 19th. I believe it is a Saturday.
I
Also-
have never done one of those.
This is you should try it. This is huge news. Pokemon and Lego have officially announced a collaboration that is due to hit in 2026. Oh my God. Before it was just dumb Mega Blocks, and now we're going to get serious with these Legos. Can't wait to see the scalper fight videos on the internet over these bad boys.
You know what's been really good? Lego set releases. I haven't seen anything about scalping or fighting over numbers or, ooh, there aren't enough. Every time a set comes out, I always think, I'm probably good to get this in a couple months.
Yeah, Lego's big comeback. I mean, not that they ever went away, but the Mario sets and the NES sets, very cool. Okay, so here's next piece of news.
Oh, actually, real quick. If you were a fan of Legos as a child and you remember any of the sets from the 80s, 90s, or 2000s, go look up videos where they show you all of the sets going year by year. It's such a nostalgia hit seeing those boxes.
Shouts out. Also, in huge spoiler news, Koro Comics has let us know, here's the next season of Horizons. You know, the anime that this podcast is about. Here's a picture of all of the characters. Guys, I don't know what to tell you. Here's the big spoilers. There's a time skip, and it's coming soon. Mega Voltage. Can you believe it? Oh, my God.
Are you excited about the time skip?
I am. I think that'll be sick. Geese Peep is
No.
shaking her head. No, she is not happy about this.
I hope Liko becomes more of an introvert and she's just always standing in the background of scenes having internal monologues.
I'm looking at the official poster. She is the closest to the camera, but a lot of people are speculating that Roy's the main character now because Captain Pikachu is now his Pokemon and Friedo's disappeared and everybody's older and there's a new little kid that looks like he's from Final Fantasy VI with a Mega Sableye, and oh my God, here's Meowscarada. Wow, there's a lot of stuff going on.
I'm hoping that nothing happens to Friedo's. I can assume either he's going to be off on a side mission because it hasn't been that long.
What are you talking about?
I actually have a theory that he will be the one who seals away Rayquaza. And
he's lost in it. And
Laqua.
this is the quest to find what's this season called?
Mega Voltage.
Oh, yep. It's all about the rising Volt tacklers trying to find their old Captain Fritos. Lost in Rayquaza.
Laqua.
Laqua.
And look, there's a shiny Mega.
It's such a bad name.
Laquium.
Laquium. That's bad.
Yes,
right.
It is.
Well, there's Mega Shiny Lucario, so everybody get excited.
You mean
Great.
Laquario?
Guys, like I've been saying for months now, clearly this next season's going to tie real nice into Legends ZA with all the new Mega Pokemon we're going to be getting, so that'll be fun.
Of course.
Look, Geese Peep, Terrapagos has achieved his goal, so he's just sleeping in a Pokeball now. That's fun. How about that? Big spoilers.
Yeah.
Well, time to discuss an episode of Pokemon, even though we already know what's going to happen in the future because they spoiled it on the big Korokoro leaks. Okay, cool.
Listen. I have never seen a time skip land poorly in an anime.
See?
They are always sick. I mean, it's not an anime, but for those of you who watched Reboot, the time skip in Reboot is one of the sickest things I've ever seen.
Geese Peep, Goku, are you joking me? He grows up? Out of your mind?
Yeah, and then he grows down.
I don't know that man.
I'm unfamiliar with
I'm not familiar. Yeah, I'm not. I was really about to say that.
I stole her little thing. Okay, Taylor, after I blow my nose, please tell us what happened last time on Pokes. In English.
That's a very, very short nose blow. Why don't you go ahead and give yourself just some thorough cleaning?
This is episode 139, Taylor.
Every time. And I act like it's coming out of nowhere every time. I wasn't doing anything on my phone.
Ooh, I'm getting more scam emails, phone calls.
Previously on Pokemon, the gang narrowly escaped the linear pathing. The gang narrowly escaped the linear pathing of Lapras thanks to the help of Cleavor.
Oh, wow. Geese Peep, can you please tell us the title of today's episode in English?
Arrival, the Paradise of Laqua.
Another great movie.
Orange. Why was that cough so comical? I don't know. Or in Japanese, Tochaku Dakuen Lakua. Geese Peep, can you please give us a one-sentence synopsis?
Laqua, at last, guys, we did it.
We made it.
It's so hot here.
Sick. That's so many sentences.
One of my favorite parts of this episode is where they were talking about how the only way they were able to make it was with the help of the 6 heroes. I know I talked about it last week, and how little they did. But the fact that, well, I mean, we know this is going to happen, so spoilers, the explorers are going to make it with little to no problem. No intervention from anybody. They probably just walked up a staircase and got there.
They have a lot of money, and they've got a Glalie, so I'm sure they'll be fine.
Yeah, that's true. It's not like, no flying Pokemon.
Episode 85 of Horizons. Guys, we reached Laqua, and Pagogo-chan is yelling hello to Rayquaza. Oh my god, Taylor. Rayquaza, the shiny legendary Pokemon, clears all the clouds, and we can see a forest. Ooh,
do you like how Rayquaza cleared the clouds there?
Yeah, he was sick. He screams a little bit. He gets a little sleepy. They put him back in his Pokeball. Great.
That was adorable.
I thought that Rayquaza curled up like that because he was like, oh, finally, now he's offering them a ride down.
That's what I thought too.
Quite a bit of a journey, but no, he just needed a nap.
I also thought the identical thing, yes, that he was just going to give a ride down, but they all went, no, he's sleepy. Put him in.
It was a Chekhov smoking gun. You don't need to do it to know that it's possible.
Taylor, what did you say? We were all talking at the same time, but did you say it was adorable or you said it was awful?
I said his little curling up was adorable, but yes. I kind of wish that they had shown his, it's not a passive ability, what's it called? Air pressure or where it negates weather effects.
Yes, that's his whole deal.
So I wish he had just gone into the clouds and the clouds had all disappeared.
I think that's kind of what they were going for.
They did like a little tail whip, like a dolphin or a whale.
Well, anyway, now that Rayquaza is back in his ancient Pokeball, Terapagos is going to lead the way. Theme song. All right, we're back from the theme song. We're down into the depths of Laqua. Wow. Guys, it's a paradise of berries. And believe me when I tell you, all the berries are here. Am I going to list them all out? No. Just sarahb.com, a list of all berries. They're all there. You're not going to miss one of them. Come on, guys.
Just Google all berries.
Oh, my God, and they're huge.
Captain Crunch, oops, all berries.
Geese Peep,
Liko,
the Pokemon are going to town on the berries.
I mean, I would too. They look delicious, to be honest.
But you have so many stomach issues.
I know. But I love berries, guys. Anyway, Liko takes off her jacket. And she's like, guys, it's warm. You can take off your coats.
I hear Liko say, we can take off our jackets. And I hear the other kids agreeing. And immediately my mind is thinking, oh, nothing's going to happen in this episode.
It's the same thing as everybody go around in a circle and say thank you for whatever just happened.
Thank you for the flashlight.
If we're having a full scene of Liko taking off her jacket and saying, wow, we really don't need jackets, guys. Everybody, go ahead and take off your jacket. To which Dot responds, yeah, I better take off my jacket. And Roy says, Liko, yeah, you're right. I better take off my jacket. Are we at 24 minutes yet? No, let's take off another jacket.
It failed the jacket test, guys.
That was a good one. Okay.
And Friede puts his hand down and is like, oh, it's warm. That's why all these trees and all these Pokemon are so, it's a paradise. And he talks about how it can't be that it's from geothermal heat from a volcano because the old lady said this was never a volcano. So he ponders, what's the source of this heat?
Also, he's a berry expert because he can just look at a berry and go, that's the most nutritious berry I've ever seen in my life. So what is that, a botanist? What is that, a food scientist? Geese Peep?
Dietitian?
Geese Peep, that's correct. We now must begin the mystery of the heat and crater. And we'll begin this journey into mysterious unknowns by walking into that forest.
I'm just surprised nobody... I mean, I know they like thinking that it's not an active volcano, but that really sounds like an active volcano.
Also, really looks like an active volcano.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, be careful. No humans have been through here. No man-made paths. Oh, Taylor, look. It's a Stantler. And a Blitzel and a Meganium and a Wooloo and a Boldor and a Torterra and a Krabby and a Crabrawler and a Wimpod and a Luminion and a Frogadier and a Fletchinder and a Pidgeotto and a Spearow and even Hydreigon and Primate, but they aren't even fighting? Guys, what is going on in Laqua? You're telling me that not only is it a paradise for Pokemon and every Pokemon in the world's here pretty much, but they're not even fighting? And you're telling, and this actually, guys, if you were like me and you read some Pokedex entries or were playing the Pokemon trading card game when the Durant deck was big and you see a Durant and a Heatmore next to each other, not fighting and eating each other, are you out of your mind?
So, okay, quick question. All of the Stantler, etc., are eating grass. What's the Hydreigon eat?
That's a great question because, Geese Peep, I'm going to tell you right now, my first thought was, wow, the Heatmore and the Durant are getting along, huh? What's the Heatmore eating? Because Geese Peep, I don't know if you noticed, that's a fire-type anteater, and he loves eating the steel-type ant.
Yeah, I noticed.
Maybe it's just the grass and berries.
Yeah, delicious berries, I guess. It's just, guys, we got dogs and cats living together. It's just a land of peace.
When you're living in an active volcano, you can do whatever you want.
Dot and Fritos, they figured this whole place out. This is, but guys, I could write a whole essay on this place where everyone is accepted. A true utopia of Pokemon. Taylor, it's now your time to take over what happens in this episode. A little guy Pokemon approaches the gang.
And proof that God does exist. The only reason this episode's getting anything above a 4 is because of my little dude wandering up and just standing there. No plot significance. But the most memorable part of the episode, or the series, my boy Bidoof.
Taylor's going to give this a 10 out of 10 because there's at least 2 Bidoof in this episode.
It's hard not to.
And he's getting along with Pagogo-chan. And oh my God, there's a Rabombi and an Oddish and a Pansage. Everybody's welcoming in the Paldean starters. Oh man. And they're all saying, guys, look, I know there's some weird humans walking into our little paradise, but look, they're with Terapagos. They're with Pagogo-chan. They're cool. We all know Pagogo-chan here. Are you kidding me? And oh my God, Geese, look, it's Eevee along with all her friends.
And this is the moment that Dot decides, oh, now let's take some photographs. Girl, where have you been?
I was laughing so much because the person who does this professionally and admires people who do research on stuff like this takes so many tries with her. I don't even know what a ridiculous shutter speed would be, but must be the slowest shutter speed imaginable.
Yeah, she took some real blurry photos before she got some good pictures of Eevee, Flareon, Leafeon, and Sylveon.
Also, that's who she photographs? There's legendary Pokemon here.
Well,
and Bidoof.
A, first of all, we haven't seen the legendaries yet. B, I'm getting the sense that evolutions are rare here, even though I was losing my mind laughing at what Dot says next, which is, oh my God, there's Flareon, Eevee, Sylveon, and even Leafeon. And I was just thinking, wait, is Leafeon that much more rare than the rest of them? Why is she making such a big deal out of Leafeon?
I had to rewind because I thought for sure there was something that I missed.
Maybe I got to do some research and see why Leafeon is considered such a big deal in this field of paradise.
They also make a big deal about the Clefairies being really rare.
But Clefairy are pretty rare. You only see them on full moons or around the water. I'd say they're pretty rare Pokemon. But yes, Florigato pulls at Liko's little arm, little sleeve, and says, "Oh, come look, Liko. There's some sleeping Clefable and Clefairy, and they're so cute. But guys, we're talking too loud. We're gonna wake them up." And Clefable opens her little eye and sees a little Pikachu tail and goes back to sleep. But it's fine, guys. We're fine. Oh my God, it's a Virizion Taylor. Jeez Louise, what is that legendary doing here? What's a Musketeer legendary doing here, Taylor?
I have no idea. I don't understand this place. I don't know how things get here. I don't see how their evolutions delineate. No clue. No clue at all what's going on.
They had to be teleported or something. And the Virizion's drinking some water with the Skidoo. Also in the air, Zapdos, the legendary bird, flying with some Pidgey and Toucanon.
Why not?
Why? Who could ever want more? It's so funny. Taylor doesn't like this episode because here's the thing, guys. There's a period of time. This is the only reason I would have watched the Pokemon anime when it was at its worst in the black and white era. There's no redeeming features other than just, ooh, look, a Pokemon on the TV. And this is what this episode is. And I like looking at the Pokemon, so I'm having a good time. Oh my God.
My problem is it's too easy to see Pokemon.
Yeah, there's some good Pokemon. We now get our favorite part of any episode. Well, second to maybe Sunset. Sunset in every episode, second only to PowerPoint, second only to Sunset.
There is a bit of a twist in this episode regarding Sunset.
No, they would never. So we get a PowerPoint. As you do, we see Quaxley splashing and playing with the Psyduck Surskit for Alligator, Florigato.
Oh my God, I forgot that there are flashbacks in this episode too. Spoilers.
Florigato chasing some Butterfree and Vivian Sun Pattern. We see Crocolore eating berries with Skiddo, Dartrix, Wooloo. We see Geese Peepa Primarina splashing in the water, a Venusaur napping with Ivysaur. And at this point, Fritos explains to the kids, yes, see all these evolved Pokemon? It's because in this paradise, it's easy for them to all grow big and strong and evolve easily.
When you said, yes, I was just thinking of Orson Welles.
Well, the French.
The French champagne.
The next scene where Fritos is talking about, guys, it can't just be the weather. Like, something else is up. Like, there must be some energy drawing them to this place, making them strong. And I'm like, yeah, don't we know that?
Yep, that's why they're there.
Yeah, that way we're here. That's why we're here.
Because they have just fields pretty much everywhere.
And then they seem surprised. They're like, wait, this isn't Raqua. This must be the entrance. Like, they didn't see the vision of Lady, the original ancient explorers, doing the same thing.
Geese, okay. I know it's been a few weeks, but we all knew that this was not going to be a good turn for the story, finding Laqua. It was always just going to be a meadow. There was going to be very little significance compared to what we thought. We saw Rabid Umbreon on Loquium. So we've already seen the evolution of this idea. So we're seeing the catalyzing area, or the area where the catalyst is, but I don't think it's going to be that interesting.
Well, I'm just talking about they act surprised that, oh, they need to go further into the spooky forest when they've already seen that. When they already had a vision memory at Crystal Lake time.
Yeah, Chris, you wish with Ristal. But we've had this conversation before. I think what it boils down to is nobody on any animation team, A team's not talking to B team's not talking to C team. Nobody has any idea what's going on.
The Yu-Gi-Oh treatment.
But important to note, there's also a Swampert goofing around. Just it's the most important thing, guys. Please.
They were like, oh my goodness gracious, they're Pokemon and their evolutions.
But Geese Peep, there's so much sunlight though, so that's cool. We love sunlight here.
I wonder what's making them evolve.
Probably all the sunlight and power and Requiem and space and peace. But yes, Geese Peep is right. There's also something sinister underneath here. It's Requiem. We figured it out.
Not an active volcano.
Also, no evidence of what happened 100 years ago. Very strange.
Oh, just Fritos just says, it is weird that there's no sign of a collapse or anything. Which is true. That is odd.
What is going on? Is this not Laqua? Well, let's follow Pagogo-chan deeper into the forest. Bye-bye, Doof. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye. Okay. All right. So we get deeper into the forest. Sun's starting to set. Dot's getting tired. Big surprise until finally we find ourselves in a big open field. Geese Peep, the kids want to keep going, but Frito says no. It's time to rest for the night. We're going to set up camp. We're going to go to sleep. It could be dangerous out here. You never know. Geese Peep.
So it must be so weird to be able to camp in a forest and not worry about being attacked. Because I think Pokemon attacks on people are just non-existent, right?
We have this conversation at once every other week. I'd say it's more rare these days, but if you play Legends Arceus, it used to happen a lot. People died. But I'm not worried about the humans because they have lots of Pokemon they could throw out if somebody was attacking them. Geese Peep, the kids prove to Fritos they are good at setting up camp. They do it quick, efficiently.
Yep, great job, kid.
They had a lot of practice in their Orange Academy days.
Naranjo Academy. Maybe I see a lot of pots and pans. Maybe they're eating curry tonight. Maybe not. Who's to say?
Do you know how much weight that would add? There's
curry?
Just, I don't know if you two have watched very much outdoor camping, hiking equipment videos.
I love them. They're my favorite.
They're so good. And I love hearing people say, now listen, this is my third favorite ultralight backpack because it's 2 grams heavier than my number 1 pick.
Wait, I think we had this conversation. I think we watched the same guy named Dan.
Yep. And I'm just sitting there and I'm thinking Dan would not like this one bit. You're bringing out pots, pans, chairs, cooking tools.
Then we see Fritos reading some books by the campfire, and the kids are staring up at the stars. And their Geese Peep just going on over all their adventures.
Montage.
It is the most, as mentioned previously, this season is about to end scene I've ever seen in my life. Just, we see every character we've ever met. We see all our Pokemon catching them, evolving them, every little thing that happened for a long time.
It was pretty funny that they were saying, they kind of made a hint that they know that episodes always end at sunset because the sun was going down. And the kids were like, oh, and Frito says, no, this is a multi-day excursion.
Ooh. Yes, I believe Roy said, wow, that really snuck up on me. Sunset, I didn't even notice. Now, Geese Peep, I'm not afraid to admit it. Terapagos, he looks adorable. Just sleeping, snoozing away.
I would say that, but I'm too scared.
Ah, the memories. Remember all the things we've already done. I was laughing because so many... I see all the shots they show, and then in my mind I go, so many thumbnails. So many just good shots from the different episodes. Wow, what an adventure we have had. Remember the 6 heroes of light? Because I do. Well, Geese Peep, Liko starts getting a little sad because she's thinking, well, I guess the adventure's over now. We're going to say goodbye to Terapagos. We brought him to Laqua. Is this the end? Is it? Am I going to have to say goodbye to Go-Go-Chan?
I want to know where this thought process came from. Because they were saying we have to go to see their motivation is what exactly? Like, how would you phrase it?
Well, she was motivated to return Terapagos to Laqua.
That is the journey they're on.
Okay, so it was I thought it was to explore it and see it. I didn't think it was to put Terapagos back there.
No, Terapagos has been with her since episode 1 in the pendant.
Right.
And then they've had different motivations throughout the show with the explorers chasing after her and whatnot, and the family paying to protect her. But for the past long time, the goal has just been, we need to find Laqua and bring Terapagos home.
And leave it there.
Well, Geese Peep, that's what I'm saying. Terapagos would never leave us, right, guys?
Right, guys.
Dot is like, Terapagos wouldn't lead us on this journey to just drop him off. You'll be okay.
Either way, let's not think about it. There's no time to be sad. Let's just have fun, and we're all going to have a great time. And the kids are going, yeah, let's have a great time. At this point, Fritos comes out of his tent and says, guys, it is 3:00 in the morning. It is time to go to sleep. I thought we had an agreement. And then the children go, okay, yeah, we'll go to sleep. Also, there seems to be a little eavesdropping Pokemon in the sky. It's everybody's favorite Pokemon, Behem. Nobody could ever forget who he belongs to.
Ristle.
Nope.
Spinal.
Oh my God, Geese.
She's actually correct.
Wow. I'm shocked.
Well,
after a year of Lapadust.
We have big history of not remembering who BM belongs to. Okay, it's now time for a commercial break. I like the little tag music in this commercial break because it's just the dun 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 little Poke Center healing your pokes.
How did they need to give you that little endorphin rush to get you through the rest of the episode. So Spinal just walked up here?
Oh yeah. Oh, he's a van. Remember he had a van? He just drove. So then we're back for the commercial break. We cut to the next morning. Ooh, so bright and pretty, Geese Peep. Ooh, look at the fletchling, the birds in the trees. Okay, kids, now we have a scene. In this scene, Frito says, okay, kids, leave your tents and your heavy luggage here. And I say to myself, wait, hold on. When were they carrying a bunch of heavy stuff? I don't remember ever seeing them holding a bunch of pots and pans.
They weren't.
It's fine.
This is
a different team that we're seeing now. This is the C team.
And in classic, we're just trying to fill up the time limit fashion. Just like, okay, everybody, take off your coats. Okay, everybody, say thank you. Roy does the little checks. So he says, okay, fire extinguished. Okay, cool. My bag is packed. Sick. All right, let's go. Everybody
ready?
ready?
Left shoe? Yes. Have I tied my right shoe?
Also, yes, who's ready to continue the rest of the episode? Me! Roy's ready. Me! Liko's ready. Dot, are you ready? Say it with me. We're ready to continue the rest of the episode.
It's like a fun little Dora the Explorer moment.
Yeah, they're very Genki. And Roy and Crocodile are going to lead the way. They're so excited. We're going to hum the Hungies Hoedown. Wow, we're having a great time. But guys, it's quiet in this dark and spooky forest. Too quiet, if you ask me.
Yeah, a lot of peace happening.
There's not even any Pokemon over here. What's going on? Well, Crocodile in his hip hip hooray Hungies Hoedown humming, he's closing his eyes and he's not even paying attention to where he's going. He bumps into a quote unquote rock wall, Geese Peep.
I don't know how you could walk forward with your eyes closed.
Yeah, that's scary. Geese Peep, I don't believe that this is a rock wall at all, says Fritos.
It's not.
Captain Pikachu, I want you to punch this wall. Oh my God, it's secret Laqua guy. Fritos then pulls out his we're all familiar with this device, his trusty terrestrial tronomograph, and measures the terrestrial energy on the purple crystal wall. And my God, it's through the roof, Taylor. Jeez Louise, the terrestrial energy coming out of this thing.
I'm glad those devices that they talked about before in the 80 some odd episodes that they've shown.
Well, yeah, I mean, none of us, the three of us, you kidding me? You think we could ever forget about how Ristal went on about this for days? You remember how Pagogo-chan used, he was the one that created this crystal wall to save Laqua from collapsing?
Yeah, it was Zygarde, the traitor. Or somebody betrayed everybody.
Exactly.
Here in the heart of peaceful forest.
I didn't forget.
Neither did I.
Anyway, Terapagos is losing it. He's screaming. He's moving his little legs. There's something inside here. Is it Gibeon? Is it Lucius? What could be behind this crystal? All right, Pagogo-chan, let's get to work. Me, Liko, your new trainer, and you, we're gonna break the crystal.
And my thought is, why?
Because we gotta get to Laqua.
I feel like, I think are they not in Laqua?
That's right, Taylor. We're gonna get to Laqua. Terapagos, transform into your terrestrial form. Wow, he broke the crystal, but it took too much energy, so now he's all tuckered out, and you better get back in your Pokeball.
They knew that was created to stop whatever bad stuff was happening.
Yes,
so why would they do that?
Yes.
I'm sure whatever bad stuff that was happening, that was 100 years ago. You think it's still going to be bad down there? Nah. It's probably gentrified down there now.
They only had a few flashbacks and visits from ghosts saying that all of the Pokemon had to defy their masters to seal this away. Zygarde gave up its evolved form, whatever.
Yeah, they got a Starbucks down there now. Fritos now says, okay, kids, here's what we're going to do. We broke the seal to the evil final dungeon. Very dangerous down there.
Super dangerous.
Because it's dangerous, I'm going to go alone. Just me. You kids stay here and don't move a muscle. Just kidding. It's opposite day. In Laqua, no rules apply. So if something bad happens, do whatever you want.
So I'm thinking the kids are going to say, hey, maybe we should stay still for 2 to 3 years. Pick up next series.
Exactly. Then we didn't see a shadow run by Roy's leg. What could that have been? Some kind of Pokemon? What's going on? We cut to Fritos looking at a bunch of raw Laquium ore. And Geese Beep, it's Spinal. When Spinal appeared on screen, I paused the episode and I laughed. And I said, am I going to have to look up this man's name?
I was laughing pretty hard that he even made it past the giant Laquium barrier. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Behem can teleport, so Behem probably just teleported past the Laquium crystal. So good.
Yep.
He probably came in through the mall that's there.
Yeah, this is a side entrance.
Yeah, by the Cheesecake Factory. So makes sense to me that Spinal's here because we already saw Behem, so of course Spinal's up here, obviously. Oh my God, also we cut to the kids, and it's Chelsea, Coral, and Sidian. They're blocking the children. The other members of this podcast only know them as Sandwich and Onigiri, but, for everybody else, it's, let me read the name again, Coral and Sidian. Okay, and then we see To Be Continued. Episode's over. Okay, wait, hold on. Before we get to Frito Seminar of the Week, I'm laughing because I remember watching this and enjoying it, but retelling what happened, I was thinking, oh no, there's not a lot of redeeming things in this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then let's go to that in a second. Geese Pete, please take it away. Will you please tell us about Frito's Seminar starring Great Tusk this week, please?
Who looks sick.
Okay.
I'm okay too, Geese.
Some editorializing?
No, just why this Pokemon?
Because
Geese Peep, great question. I don't know if you watched last Frito Seminar when we had so many Pokemon we could have gone off of, and instead they picked Palmy.
Was Great Tusk even in this episode?
No.
Yes, in the background, in the distance.
No,
I don't think so.
Probably.
Geese Peep, I have no idea why they picked Great Tusk.
Because of the relevance.
No. Clearly, the separate team does the Frito seminars, and they just ran out of... There's some miscommunication. They didn't know what Pokemon are going to be featured in what episode. They just grabbed a random Frito seminar and just plugged it in.
All the clips they showed was from like 2 episodes ago.
When they were at the heart of the crater.
The Great Tusk episode was a few episodes ago. Anyway, it's very weird. We talked about it last week. I don't get it, but please continue. They could have done a million different Pokemon, and instead they just chose Great Tusk.
Yeah, please continue.
Anyway, the Paradox Pokemon Great Tusk, a Pokemon known for its distinct, enormous tusks.
Very enormous.
Enormous. The ignomanious.
That can crush stone, and for its solid scales.
Sure.
Do you know what kind of nature it has, though? Is it A, aggressive, B, calm, or C, jovial?
A, aggressive.
Yes. Though it's rarely been witnessed, some reports suggest that they attack Pokemon and people who dare to return its gaze.
Wow.
We then get an
Animotion? Geese Peeps new Animotion.
If there had been...
Take it away, Geese Peeps.
Such a pause. So much...
We get an animation of Cap riding on a Donphan, and Cap turns around and sees that there's a great tusk charging behind them, and then there's a funny face.
Yeah, and Donphan uses rollout, and Cap's trying to run on a rollouting Donphan. Oh my god,
that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
Taylor, it was a fun little animation, amusing. Don't lie, Taylor. Are you lying, Taylor? What are you yawning about? You know it's good. Do you not watch Frito seminars? You're super muted.
I always watch Frito seminars.
Yeah, okay, guys, hold on. I'm not going to let either of you talk before I discuss this episode.
All right, good.
It's a fun. There's lots of Pokemon. It was fun, cute. It was cool.
A lot of cool stuff in this one.
Yeah. Oh god.
And it's great because they've kept up the breakneck pace that was established by them barely getting up the mountain with the help of the 6 Heroes of Light.
Okay. I'm going to think of the positives. Yes, there's clip show. Yes, there's PowerPoint. But there's a Bidoof, Taylor. There's 2 Bidoof. And he's walking around saying Bee-Ba, Bee-Ba. Come on, you gotta give it at least a...
I'll tell you right now, that is worth 3 points.
Okay. I can't give it an 8. In my head, I was already giving it an 8, but after I went through the episode again, this is not an 8.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'm trying to think of what was fun. I'm trying to back up my sentence.
I mean, if you think of their journey, the gang go from the entrance of Laqua to the entrance of Laqua.
Okay, so nothing happens, but we are in Laqua, and there are a lot of Pokemon.
We didn't learn. Here's the thing. We've already experienced this. This isn't fun. They've been building up to this point, but they ruined the payoff by showing the exact same thing happening to the ancient explorers 100 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's just a bunch of fields. We've seen fields. We've seen forests. They spent no time in Crater.
Come on, there's got to be some... Okay.
Bidoof is the redemption of this episode.
All the points this episode's going to get, it's from Pokemon being cute. So, little Sleeping Clefairy, little Florigato grabbing Liko's little shirt sleeve, because they probably took out their sweaters by this point. Like I said, it bears repeating, but I bring it up a million times. Literally the only reason I watched any episodes of Pokemon in the black and white era is I was going, oh my god, look how cute baby Sawaddle is. Sawawa. What a baby. So on the cuteness scale, this has to land between 6.0 and 7.0.
And then, Rayquaza had a cute little moment.
Yeah, it's adorable.
And it did something. It's convinced me it's not an untamable wild beast that will betray Roy's trust.
No, they would never. If they had only eaten curry in those pans, maybe we would get to 7.2.
I was thinking that the entire time. I was thinking, if you're going to waste my time in 10 different ways, make them cook. Have them cooking in an outdoor setting in Laqua. Talk about how the water tastes different. Have somebody come up with a special recipe with the berries. Like, interact with the environment.
Wow, they've written nothing happened at all. They were just playing and goofing and looking. Oh, wow.
It's kind of like when Geese goes to the swamp, I'd imagine,
Okay.
is basically this episode.
Okay, I have to give it 6.5. It can't be a 6 because I did enjoy myself. I enjoyed looking at all the Pokemon. But it can't be a 7 because nothing even happened that was cool. There's just a lot of Pokemon that I enjoyed looking at, and there were some cute moments. So bad episode, yes, but I enjoyed it, so I have to give it a 6.5. Geese Peep, how did you feel about this episode?
6.5.
Oh, same as me. Interesting. What did you enjoy?
I wish the same as you. I like the Pokemon. I wish they didn't handle the reveal of Laqua earlier in the past episode with the Crystal Lake Dream Vision montage. I wish they kept it.
It should have.
Yes.
Yeah. There should not have been a mystery mist vision where they saw. Because that set up expectations totally differently from me, too. Because I was like, oh, whoa, ancient explorers. And then that was somehow boring. And then we find out it was like 40 years ago. And they had like goofball armor on.
100 years ago, Taylor.
I was expecting they get there and they would have the opposite reaction. We're like, oh my gosh, it's totally decimated here.
That's kind of what I was expecting too. When they take the barrier down, there's like a lot of, I think, broken trees. And
it'll be decimated in
like
a second, guys. Give it till next episode. They're going to be in the decimated zone.
It's just a field.
Taylor, you're allowed to give the episode a 10 because of Bidoof. But
oh, trust me, I know. Yeah, like I said, I'm adding 3 whole points for Bidoof. Now, the problem with that is Bidoof was not the central character. If that was the case, it would be an easy 5 points.
There were 2 Bidoofs, so you got to double it.
It also failed the jacket test.
Yeah. And it gave us flashbacks, which I know I talk about all the time, but I hate flashbacks. I think you can find out so much more from like a narrative perspective. It's more interesting hearing a character retell a story than just watching a flashback. So they had flashbacks. They had the jacket test, the infamous jacket test. They failed that. There's just nothing happened. But adding 3 points for Bidoof, I'm going to give the episode a 6.
6.0 with Bidoof? 2 Bidoof?
Maybe I can't add 3. I'll add 2 points for Bidoof because there was 1 of each and they didn't do anything.
So 8?
Oh no, that was with the points. This is a bad episode. This is a real bad episode. There wasn't just nothing happened. They walked forward. Like they do more when they go to class at Naranha Academy. Roy's day-to-day existence on the island with his grandpa would have been more interesting than this.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. We'd have a good time if that were.
There's no cooking. There's just a random, unexplained, legendary Pokemon that they were just like, oh yeah, Virizion, woohoo! What's next?
Yeah, well, I was so sick. Could have been. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's disappointing. But, hey, maybe when they grow up, they'll have a new team working on the anime, and it'll be real sick, huh?
I'm thinking I'm thinking the next series has to be the quest to rescue Friede's.
It's going to be just like Taylor said, reboot. Before we move on to the wrap up, Geese Peep, did you have an answer for Shiny Sylveon's question from last week?
Let me scroll up.
So Shiny Sylveon's question last week was, have you ever gotten excited about Pokemon in front of someone who's not a fan and ended up with an awkward moment? And Geese Peep, please take it away.
Back. This was a couple of years ago after I just graduated from college. And I was traveling with my parents to Myrtle Beach. And we stopped at a Cracker Barrel. And
you want to add maybe add a couple vowels.
No, listen, don't you remember? She's Swedish. She goes to Cracker Barrel. I perform song for you, Cracker Barrel.
Anyway, at this time, I had been watching the Sun and Moon anime. And I got really excited because there was a Munchlax plushie. And my mom was like, have you considered going back to therapy? And I was like, yes, and I bought the plushie.
That's a wonderful story. Okay, let's move on to the wrap-up, guys. Take it away, Geese Beat. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. You can find us at Look, Listen, Cast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. Please like and comment so that they can afford to send me to the sanitarium and that more people will find our show. Thank you to Keith for our artwork. You can find him at twitch.tv/KeithSquared.
Shouts out
Thank you, Professor Ticklebits, for the boilerplate.
And the website, twitch.tv/prof_ticklebits. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Please recommend this podcast to your friends and families, nephews and nieces. No swear words, all fun, all the time. And then please send in a question to looklistencast@gmail.com so we can read it aloud. Thank you so much. Time to say goodbye. Geese Peep's going to do it 5 times. Taylor's going to do it once.
Goodbye.
God, please let next week be a good episode. Goodbye. But I bet it's going to be nothing but battle, so Geese Peep's going to hate it. Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. Okay, he's dying.
Bye. Bye.
Gotta make sure one.
Bye.
It's okay.
Goodbye.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese Peep. Thank you for listening to the Geese Peep Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company.